There are so many people in your life. Your parents, your family, your siblings, your teachers, your friends, everyone. And yet all these people want to give you advice. All these people tell you to do this, tell you to do that. No, don't do it like this, do it like this. I want you to take a step back and I want you to analyze the situation. I want you to take a look at them and then take a look at you and then take a look where you want to go. So look how far you've come. You've probably been on like self-improvement for a couple of months, maybe years, okay? You're doing far better than you have already. Even by just watching this video, you're probably already trying to quit porn, do the good habits, try and know the difference between delayed instant gratification, all this stuff. But yet people are telling you what to do. And maybe you're listening to them, maybe you don't know. And the harsh truth is, look at their lives. Their lives are pretty shit. Look at where they are. You don't want to be where they are. Do they drive a Ferrari? No. Are they happy every single day? Probably not. Do they have money? Probably not. I'm not saying it's all about money-wise, because it's not. But are they healthy? To a degree. Are they jacked? Maybe not. Are they genuinely happy every single day? Are girls scrolling over them? Probably not. So I want you to wake up to reality. Because I remember myself, when I was younger, I would listen to a lot of people's advice. It's the harsh truth, but I was listening to my mum's advice on like how to not date, but like how to talk to girls and how to make friends and how to do this, how to do that. And then especially when I was growing older, there a lot of influence from my teachers. And my teachers were telling me like this and that. You can't do this. You can't do that. Like, I remember when I was in a meeting because I was getting told off. And I think it was like 3 teachers were telling me like, Jan, you got to calm down. You can't say stuff like this in the real world because you're gonna get fired from a job or something. They pretty much told me to be a little bitch. And we all know that in life, when you're a little bitch, you're not going to get treated right. Especially when you're a guy. You got to be more of this alpha man. You got to be more of this like bigger guy. Yes, it doesn't mean screaming and everything, but it doesn't mean being a little bitch. It doesn't mean cowering away from your words. If you want to say something, say something. Don't be that little bitch who's like, someone's talking smack to you and you're just like, oh, okay, sorry, you know? So the lesson that I got out of this is everyone that I got advice from my school, from my life, it took me on a worse path than what I listen to now. Because it's so easy for people to say, oh, just don't watch porn. You know, porn's bad for you, so don't watch it. Okay, that's it. There's nothing else to it. No one tells you about like how girls manipulate you, how girls fuck with your brain, how like friendships work. So just take a step back. Look at the people, look at their life trajectory, look at where they are, and think, is this someone that I want to listen to? Because for me, it was most likely no. Now, I'm in a stage where I genuinely just listen to people that I look up to. I see their life. I'm like, I want to live a life like that. So, of course, I'll look up to them and I'll listen to what they say. It's easy as that. If you want to be some pilot, you'll probably listen to some pilot who's giving you advice on how to become a pilot. You're not going to listen to your mum who's never been a pilot and who's giving you advice on the pilot. I mean, it's basically like that. It's the same thing with going to the gym. You're going to listen to someone who looks jacked and knows what he's doing. Maybe he's trained like 5 years. Then listening to someone who hasn't even gone gym, is literally not jacked, and is going to be telling you, oh, don't overwork yourself, don't train too hard. Because there's so many people like this. There's so many people who are literally going to be telling you, like, maybe even your mother. They're going to be telling you, like, oh, don't go gym today. You've already gone gym yesterday. You've already gone gym to the gym for a couple of days. People like your mum are going to be saying this. And as a man, you're just naturally gonna, in a way, listen to them. Because it's your parents, you're gonna get into this like brainwashed state where you're like, oh, okay, you're right. But you have to snap out of it, because you're not gonna learn anything good from it. I know it sounds bad, and I know it sounds mean, but it's the hard truth. If your parents aren't where you'd want to go, just don't listen to them. That doesn't mean don't ignore them. Just acknowledge what they say and be like, oh, okay, but just it goes out the other side of the air. So, it is easy for people to give you advice, because so many people these days have been brainwashed by propaganda. They have been brainwashed by social media, so they will just tell you basically what the world is telling you. But we know that's wrong, because the world literally is telling you to do shit so you don't, succeed. You have people like Hamza and Andrew Tate promoting masculinity, and then the world is hating on them. So obviously the average person is going to hate on them as well and say, oh no, don't become too masculine. That's not good for you. Or maybe just work out occasionally. You don't have to go every single day. No, this is not how girls work, okay? Girls want a loving husband who gives them flowers every single day. By this time, we all know that's pretty bullshit. So I'm making this video for you so you can just take a step back, look at the situation, and stop listening to those people. Like, if you want to eat eggs, this is a funny thing I got told, and I've heard a lot of people say about eggs. It's like a lot of mums just let their boys eat like 2 eggs or some shit like that. If you want more than 2 eggs, like maybe 6 or 8 eggs a day, and your mum says, no, you've already had 4 eggs, you can't have more. Just be like, okay, sorry, you're right. And then you just go have more eggs. It's simple as that. And I've tried this and it works. So from my experience, it genuinely works out. There's no point arguing with the people who are giving you advice, because I've learned it the hard way. Every single time I argue with them, every single time I want to put my perspective view to them, it never works out. Just be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll think about it. Or, oh yeah, you're right. And then just do what you were doing anyways. So the question is, do you want to follow in their footsteps? Most likely not. So you're just not going to listen to their advice. It's simple as that. But then there are so many guys who haven't acknowledged this yet. The next thing I want to talk about is, and I experienced this myself, is stop being like a little bitch. Stop being so sensitive. I remember when I was in class and sometimes people would make fun of me or something, and I'd take it to the heart. I'd get offended, And it was only on the last year of school. I'm sitting in class. I'm talking to this boy, and he's a bit of a loser. He doesn't do much. He plays video games. He's designing games, cool, but he doesn't do much. And I'm talking, so what do you do? What do you do with your life? And he's like, oh, I do this, I do that. And I'm like, do you leave your house? Because he lived 5-minute walk from school. Everyone else lived a 20-minute drive from school. So our school was pretty secluded. And I asked him, what do you do? Do you leave your house? And he's like, oh, I'm like, do you actually leave your house? And he's like, well, no. And I'm like, so your life is evolved around school, video games, and just sitting home. And he's like, yeah. And then these 2 girls from my class were sitting across the room, and they were hearing and watching everything. And the one girl, there's a long story with her. She was just a little bitch. She starts making fun of me. She's mocking my voice, laughing at me oh, do you leave the house, blah, blah. Oh, I leave the house so much. I'm so cool. I go this, I got a license. And I looked at that, and my younger self would have been so sensitive. My younger self would have been like, oh, they're mocking me, that's sad. But I looked further down, and I'm like, the only reason this girl is mocking me is because she has nothing in her life. And it's true. She had nothing in her life. She lived in such a secluded area where basically no one was. So it was so far away from civilization pretty much. She also had some fucking mental problems. This girl was like pretty stupid. She I don't know, but she was like fucked up in the head. And I looked at her and I was like, these people are just envious. They're envious because they have nothing in their life. I had my driver's license and everything. These people like were on their learners or some shit. But I was pretty social then. I was going out. I had a girlfriend at that time, so I was just doing a lot of things outside of the house. And they weren't. So of course they're gonna make fun of you. Of course they're gonna do this. But if you can see through it, it like stops your sensitivity pretty much. Because a lot of people these days who make fun of you, they have some problems inside of them. I used to make fun of people a lot when I was younger. And I realized like I'm not achieving anything out of it. I literally just did it to make myself feel better. And I didn't achieve anything out of it. So I was like, what the fuck? What's the point of making fun of someone when like you don't get shit, you know? There is no ROI, there is no investment. So I stopped. And I've been so much better from that. And of course there's gonna be times where someone's gonna hurt you. There's going to be times when your family might hurt you, like feeling-wise, you know? Someone's going to hurt your feelings. Yeah, you can listen to those feelings, or at least you just tell them to like fuck off because it doesn't matter. Because I look at these people and I look at them and I'm like, your lives are shit. You're not living what I want. So of course I'm not going to listen to you. I don't care what you say about me. You've probably got, I don't know, had problems in your family. That's why you're making fun of me. It's simple as that. And I don't care if someone thinks I'm stupid. I don't care if someone makes fun of me, because it genuinely always goes back to the fact is, look at their lives. Is someone who's doing better than me, working on themselves every single day, is that person going to look at me and start making fun of me, laughing at me? No. They're not. Because they're working on themselves. They're going to look and they're going to be like, oh, good on you for trying. Oh, good on you for doing this, you know? Keep going. This stuff. They just basically motivate you. They're not going to laugh at you. They're not going to make fun of you. So the next time someone makes fun of you, hurts your feelings, whatever, they're probably worse than you. They're just shit people worse than you, trying to get some validation or trying to make themselves feel better. And especially if you love what you do, and if you if you focus on what you're doing, you're going to succeed sooner or later. And then those people who are laughing at you, they're going to be like, ah, shit. He's actually successful. And you can use all that hate, you can use all that energy to your advantage. To be like, use it as motivation in whatever you're doing. If you're at the gym, use it as gym. If you're playing, I remember this is a bit of a story. I was playing soccer, football, and we were kicking like goals, and we weren't kicking the ball hard enough. It was me, my friend, and both our parents. And it was that year that we had this shit teacher. I hated him. I absolutely hated his guts. I literally just wanted to kill him, shoot him in the head right there. But I didn't. Of course I didn't. I'd be behind bars now. So what I did was I imagined his face as the soccer ball. And all of a sudden, my kicks, my strikes were so much harder. Majority of them were going into the goal. So this is a bit of a life lesson. It doesn't have to be soccer. It can be, I know when I was going for a lot of PRs in the gym, when I was lifting the weight, I would think of someone that did something, I'd think of someone that did something to me or something that happened in my life, and I'd use that as energy. So you can do that as well, especially when I was running the marathon. I was actually like digging up so much hate in my past. I was digging up so much emotions just to keep me running. And it worked. I know it might not be the best way to go about, your life, but sometimes using these emotions for the better can work out. And literally, people later will be like, he succeeded. And then they'll be all of us like all nice to you, trying to get handouts and shit, and you're like, fuck off, I don't care about you. But in conclusion to everything I've said, look at your life. Look at that person's life. Look at their life trajectory, and then look where you want to be. Because people aren't going to make fun of you who are better than you. It's usually people who are worse, who are trying to pull you down, or who are just trying to make fun of you because they have some problems in their family. I hope this video helped you. See ya.